Hello and welcome back to the Nomadic Table. Today's video is on knife skills. Now you know that when you're a nomad and you have limited space, you can't be carrying all these kind of gadgets that you did in your sticks and bricks. It's like, but I need my vegetable peeler, my corn silker, my garlic peeler, my garlic press, my garlic roller, my garlic smasher, my garlic, etc., etc. And all these gadgets that you just don't have room for them in your van or your minivan or your travel trailer sometime. You just don't have the space. And plus, this is a fact, good cooks have been around long before all these gadgets. And the reason why they're good cooks, what made them good cooks, is knife skills. Good knife skills will get you very far when you're cooking. So let's take a look at some of my knives and the techniques I use. Okay, so I got a good shot of my cutting board. I just need to bend down for you to see me right here. Hello. Okay, so let's get going here. Now before I left on my nomadic life, I had some older kitchen knives that served me for like almost 20 years, and they're really good kitchen knives. I thought, well, I could take these, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get new and they'll serve me for like the rest of my life. So I went out and got new knives. You don't have to. If you have good kitchen knives at home, they're good quality and you can keep them nice and sharp, go ahead and bring those. I just happen to buy new knives. My first knife here is a steak knife. It's a Wursthof. There's a logo, Wursthof. And this just has a straight edge. It does not have a serrated edge. So this means that I can sharpen it when it gets dull. Serrated edge, I couldn't do that, but now I can sharpen it. And that is just some of my steak knife. I got a paring knife. This is the J.A. Henkel Pro, Swilig Pro. It's a very nice knife. And I know this is an apple and you would use an apple core normally, but just want to show you. I can pair almost anything with this thing. This is a really great knife. Cut up some slices of our apple. Right there. I'm going to peel. We can put the knife right under the skin and peel our apple like this. Now really, I do have a vegetable peeler. I did allow myself that luxury of a vegetable peeler, but with skill, you can peel your vegetables very easily with just a paring knife. If you're really skilled with a knife and really short on space, you can peel anything with the paring knife. This is my tomato knife. I use it just for tomatoes. If you have a real small baguette, you can cut it with that too, so it's serrated edge. But I do like my tomatoes non-smashed, so I have a dedicated tomato knife to make that clean cut. This is my chopping knife. It's my all-purpose chopping knife. It's a J.A. Henkel also. Cut up this onion here. Okay. This is just your all-purpose utility knife. You just need to chop up an onion, and it doesn't need to be fancy or anything. Right there, there you go. There you go. You chop your onion. This is about a 6-inch knife, 6-inch utility knife. Very useful. And this is my 6-inch chef knife. And this is my go-to knife. I really like this knife. And there's a proper way to hold a chef knife. Proper way to hold it is to, another thing about knives is when you get a knife, you want it to have a full tang. This is the tang, and it's not just like put up here and held together with plastic. It goes all the way up the knife, and then these rivets hold it on. And this one is a full tang. This one's a full tang. Yeah. But to hold the chef knife, you want to hold it right here Have your thumb on this side and your finger on this side, and this will give you the most control over the knife so you don't cut yourself. So I'm going to make thin slices here. And then you want to take this onion and mince it real fine. Just keep making passes over it with the knife. And then you can point the blade on the cutting board, and then you can make as many passes over your item, your food, and you can cut it as fine or as coarse as you wish. Okay. Another thing we can do with our chef knife here. Oh, here's our garlic. Is you can peel garlic very simply. You don't need a gadget. You don't need gadget of the day to cut a piece of garlic off. It's very easy to do with this. Okay. Here. Get a couple cloves here. Get all that paper out. Okay, let's just stick with some of these bigger cloves here. Okay, we got three cloves here. Do is just cut the ends off like this. Okay, and then you take the side of your knife, give it a whack. You can do that with a heavy bottom pan too. Can be a heavy bottom pan also. And your garlic will peel up just fine. Okay, let's get this one done. And we'll get this one done. Okay, so we have 4 pieces of garlic. We got them all peeled. And chop them up very coarse. You can also smash them. Get the juices released. And chop them up even finer. And what you can also do is, I don't have my salt shaker out here with me, but you can add some salt to this. And then add salt and give it another smash with the back of the knife. And you can keep going, keep chopping until you get a nice garlic paste going. Okay. All right, and there we go. We have some chopped garlic. Did it with a knife. It didn't take any kind of gadget with this to do this. Okay. So those are just some kitchen basics with some basics techniques with our knives. And now we are going to learn how to take care of our knives. We're going to learn how to sharpen knives. Okay, welcome back. And we are going to learn now how to sharpen and maintain a knife. So every so often, as you all know, a knife gets dull, and they say that a dull knife is a dangerous knife. Don't want to use a dull knife. You're putting pressure on it. You could slip, cut yourself, and I tell you what, you get injured and you're boondocking 50 miles away from a hospital. Not going to be very fun. So be careful and have a sharp knife always. So I have here a whetstone to sharpen with. And usually these have 2 surfaces. They have a fine and a medium. And honestly, after all this time, I can't tell which is which. So we're just going to pick a side. Okay. Okay, I'm going to spray with some water there. Okay, now I'm going to show you a trick on how to get the right angle to sharpen a knife. You want to sharpen it at a 22-degree angle. So right here is 90 degrees. Up and down. What is half of 90? 45. And then what is half of 45? 22. 22 degrees is your angle. So once again, you put the knife straight up and down, that's 90 degrees. Half of 90 is 45. Half of 45 is 22. There's your angle. So you take your 22-degree angle, you remember where that spot is, and you go all along the blade. And you do both sides. Just like that. Take our chef knife, 90 degree, half of 90 is 45, half of 45 is 22. I'm going to go on the same, getting all the blade, sharpening the blade all the way up and down. Now sharpening a knife actually puts a new edge on it. You're totally putting a new edge onto your knife. Get our paring knife, or our utility knife, 90, 45, 22. Okay. Okay, and there's one more thing I got to show you, and we're going to take a little intermission. Okay, what we want to do also is we want to use our knife steel. This is a steel. It has a little surface here that will allow us to, what we're doing with the steel is with the whetstone, we're putting a new surface on the edge of the blade. We're going to put a new edge on. This, we're just going to straighten out the little, chips and everything develop that are really too small to see, but the steel is going to straighten it out. It's going to keep that edge straight until the next sharpening. We want to use the same angle. So 90 degree, half of that's 45, half of that's 22. We do the same thing. Let's get down the up and down and get the whole surface. Oops. Okay, and okay, and all of our knives are now sharpened. So, and also with keeping knife sharp is, or keeping them maintained, is don't throw them in a drawer so they can bang up against each other. All that blade you spent time on to put that blade on there, it'll just undo everything. You start throwing your knives around. And also, that's a good way to get your finger cut off 15 miles from a hospital when you're digging in the drawer for a knife. They have a knife holder that can attach to your wall in a small RV. You can even get a knife bag that chefs have. Just something to keep these blades separated from each other, and so you can reach them without digging in a drawer for them and hurting yourself. And so when you have good knives and you take care of them like this, you want to take care of them by keeping them in a safe place so they won't get jarred and won't cut your hand off. Okay, so this is our video on knife care. Oh, let me put this up finally. Okay. Alright, this is our video on knife care, and I hope you picked up a few tips here. And I will see you later. And happy cooking. This is Nomadic Table. Happy cooking down the road.